Thomas into Brown. Brown cracks that. Forward of point. Into the boundary. 4 runs. Good looking shot there by Carlos Brown. Got to the pitch of it. Used the pacer. Thomas dispatched it to the boundary. He moves on to 6. And the score 18 without loss.
It's just a wide half volley. There's no purpose. Bowl the ball straight. Bowl the ball stump to stump. And a hard length. That's what you want. On this track, this is a good cricket wicket. And you got to bend your back. You got to be able to hit the deck hard. Even though Odean Smith was expensive, he was hitting the bat very hard. Thomas is a big man. Running and bowl.
That's that boundary. Jamaica move into the lead. And that beats him. Lifting delivery. Through to keeper Hamilton. So Jamaica lead by 3 now. All 10 second innings wickets still remaining. Three slips for Brown. They crouch now as Thomas is into him. And big appeal for LBW and Given. He got that one straight. Brown, I don't know whether he thought he hit it or not, but he trudges off, but he gets the ball straight and he gets it up there. And as you say, Vernon, it pays dividends. OShane Thomas picks up a wicket. Jamaica Scorpions lose their first. It's Carlos Brown gone for LBW to Thomas. As we watch the replay, oh yes, hit him straight in front, squared him up, hit him on the back leg. No doubt about that one.
You'd expect, and the way Campbell was batting as well at the time, should have at least been 400 scored here in these conditions, but wasn't to be. Goes down the ground, makes good contact. There's Campbell. So once again, taking a liking to the bowling of Rakheem Cornwall here. Tossed up slightly. Just needed to make contact.
Yes, used to the feet there by Campbell.
Yeah, really just advancing.
He's really made his mind up. And I think he, in particular, decided that he's going to go after Cornwall. He's not going to allow Cornwall to settle.
Shivnarine Chandapal comes to mind. He was a lot like that. You know, very particular about his gloves. Not only what they were, but where they were positioned in the dressing room. That's a beautiful shot through the gap. Not a big gap there in which to find between extra cover and mid-off. But Kirk McKenzie just threads the needle. That should give him a lot of confidence.
Somebody feels maybe that Carty maybe could have made a bigger effort. Everybody's looking in his direction. And that is always the norm. Somewhere. That's probably in a dump somewhere or lying around somewhere. You never know. Never know. Maybe you gave a youngster. Groundsman getting into position. Goes across the line. Well in front of square though. Once again, John Campbell. He likes this bat though, Vernon. Yeah, he does. And it came off. It was a sweet spot. Heard it. Louis had to be ducking for cover. And he's a tall man, Louis. Yeah, just drifting into the hitting zone of... So if I was Cornwall here, I'd definitely be just switching to over the wicket. Just trying to change the angle at least. He's yet to do so to the left-handers. Once again, too easy. Runs. This time well behind square, so the fielder in Archibald just has to jog and retrieve. And the sad thing about it is that he's bowling from the circuit Lambros end. So that was up a bit of energy, and not only that, a very rapid over once again from Rakheem Cornwall. So, yeah, so things to think about here for the Leeward skipper. To be fair, I thought he looked quite good as well in that first innings. Maybe started a bit slowly. Oh, that one's come back. So he's used that breeze. McKenzie on the back foot. You were just singing his praises as well, where we both were. Misreads the length from Cornwall. That one probably cannoning into leg stump. We'll have a replay in a second. think he was playing around the ball, man. He looking to play it into the mid-wicket area rather than looking to play it. See where the bat face is?
Maybe a little too square there.
Yeah, look to play the ball up in front of you.
But this time he knew it. He was on his bike. No protest this time from KSA McKenzie. He goes.
Boy, big mix-up again, and this time a very good piece of fielding. That poor running. Blackwood took off. The single wasn't really there as the ball went backward of square. And Mikhail Louis, I think it was, rocket throw back to Cornwall, but straight to him. And all he had to do was simply turn around and take the veils off, which he did. Blackwood is gone.
We saw something similar from the Scorpions. Couldn't affect the run out. This time, good out cricket. Good ground fielding that by Louis. Cornwall affects the run out. Blackwood goes via the run out route. So a pretty promising partnership that was beginning to form comes to an end.
Give you a further update, Terry. This is 360 round-up from the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium.
Got him, I think, caught behind.
Caught behind.
Yes.
Pressure. And that's what we was talking about. He wasn't sure. And that's what I was saying all the time, Terry. When a new batsman comes in, you have to pressure him. He's a knot.
Definitely.
You just don't spread the field open and you're just allowed to go around. Dave
could
Joseph, the captain.
Just the 600. So, as you say, Vernon, a lot of 50s, but failing to convert as often as they should. And that's a beautiful shot by Johnny Campbell. Straight back over Cornwall. 6 runs. Can't catch you there.
Yeah.
Brings up the 100 for the Jamaica Scorpions. They move on to 101 and brings up Campbell's 50. Moves on to 51.
But the only thing about that is once it goes through, it will go for 4. So I think Cornwall more or less trying to be ultra defensive, try and save runs.
Got him on the pull, caught at square leg. Johnny Campbell disgusted with himself. He's thrown it away.
He is. He knows.
And that is a huge wicket, and that's how you stop runs.
He knows he missed out there. It was there, Terry.
It was there to be hit.
Yeah, but he hit it so hard.
Yeah.
He's upset. I think he kind of lost balance. If we look at it, Terry.
Yeah, he just didn't get it. And hit it straight down square leg's throat.
Sort of stopped on him.
Oh, it was there to be hit, for sure.
It was. Good catch.
Yeah, nice sharp catch by Kadeem Henry there at square leg. So, OShane Thomas picks up his second. Johnny Campbell has to go for 53. Jamaica lose their 5th. And now, very interesting. He's clean bowled him.
Through the gate.
A beautiful ball there by Big Jimbo Cornwall. Has cleaned up Odin Smith for 1. Now Jamaica in serious trouble as they slump to 105 for 6. They've lost 2 for 1 in the last period of play. And the lead is still just a 90.
But let's be realistic here, Terry. Why did Smith come before Royal?
True. Good question. I can't answer that. I don't know. I'm not.
And he's got 3 for now.
Barnes disappointed. But as you rightly said, Mali, it sort of looked like he came out with an intent to be aggressive. When we saw him come out just before tea, even though he was semi-injured, after tea, the approach just seemed to be completely different. But Mali, so you got to be able to make sure that you still stay within the game.
Yeah, I think they'll be very comfortable with anything 150 and under. Thing above that, 180, as you said, becomes a tricky chase. This one's pulled high, hard, 6.
Yeah, they got to stay in the moment.
So Brian has chosen to fight fire with fire here. Was just hit on the helmet, went through the concussion protocol. This time, choosing to go short again was OShane Thomas. He was quick onto that one, deposited handsomely over that threat. This one's hammered down the ground. Going to be 4 more.
So why was that fielder so wide?
He probably thought he would have gone short again. Chose to
understand.
go fuller.
But I would have still maybe had Carty maybe down at long on rather than...
A very, very wide long
Yeah,
on.
couldn't understand that.
Not a position you see too often, especially in this format of the game.
Boundary here now to Gordon Bryan, short and wide, and a more or less an uppercut. Banged in, and just as Mali says, once he gets an opportunity to free his arms, he's going to execute.
Yeah, going hard, presented with outside the off stump was Bryan. Throwing the hands at that one. As you said, Vern, a bit of a top edge, but it doesn't matter. No one in that third man region. Just had to get it over the slips. And he's raced to 20 from 14.
Almost going to remind me of Odin Smith's innings in the first innings.
Aerial in the gap as well. Element of class on that stroke from Javar Royal. Many a top order batter would be happy to play a stroke such as that. Got right to the pitch, went with the spin over that extra cover region. So his first boundary.
Just like the presentation of the elbow extension with a nice bat flow through.
Carl Hooper-esque.
Sir Carl.
That shot.
First game of the season, Archibald, 2 for 48 and 1 for 9.
Gone!
Finally.
Big wicket.
Finally. And he gets the last laugh.
He does. 1-0 to Colin Archibald. They'll have to resume this battle another day. Maybe if Colin Archibald gets a bat, the Leewards will be hoping not. But we will have drinks. It's a big wicket to take us into drinks. Just when Jamaica were looking to forge themselves ahead in this match with this partnership, Royal goes. Just losing concentration. Archibald switching to over the wicket. Aerial drive, not quite there to drive on the up. The man at extra cover takes a comfortable catch. It's 164 for 7. Lead by 149. We'll have a break.
And clean bowls. McKenna Mindley, who took a wild swipe at that. Lost his off stump. 9th wicket falls. Jamaica Scorpions 166 for 9. Colin Archibald picks up his 2nd wicket.
I don't like that shot at all, Terry.
No, his job...
Head just went up into the air.
Yeah, and his job was just to stay there and see how many more. Gordon Bryan, who's well set.
Well, you would have thought that that was his job.
Should have been his thought process, yes.
Okay, all right.
Maybe he wants to bowl, Vernon. Maybe he's seen something that we haven't.
That we haven't seen.
Yeah.
9, 6, 1, 2, 2, 0, 0. That was the rest of the scorecard. He's bowled him.
He certainly has. Played back to that one, Redwood. Took off stump, and that is the end of the innings. Hayden Walsh picks up his first for the 2nd innings of the Jamaica Scorpions. They've been bowled out for 170. Bryan is left on 34 not out, and that means they have a lead of 155.